What's up, everybody? It's David here at Smitty's Garage, coming at you on this beautiful, beautiful Friday evening. Just been having a hankering to do something, guys. It's been on my mind, and I've come to a conclusion. Let's get into it, guys. Slow and steady wins the race, guys. So I've really just, I've gone everywhere. I've searched the marketplace, Craigslist, even went to Harbor Freight. Just can't find what I want for this. I was actually dead set on a 420 Predator, but the more I just think about it, the more I think I'm losing sight of what Big Hoss really is to me, and that's just ratty and raw. So really, guys, I think the answer is really that simple. Let's just take it back to what it was, but make it better. Now, what I mean before, I had a 5-horse IC motor on there, but I had it with a clutch, and I was still running a throttle off of this mechanism. This is where we're going to differ this time. This is a really strong and responsive motor. But what we're going to do different this time around, we're going to retrofit this torque converter on there. Y'all can see I've already started. We're going to put a Briggs Raptor throttle linkage on here. I'm just toying with this right now so that we can operate the throttle easier that way. And that would mean I'm more than likely going to have to change this throttle cable out, because the Raptor throttle assembly and the cable is different than what was on this Mikuni here. Now, it's an unfortunate thing that I cannot boat this Mikuni straight up on that 5-horse. It's honestly too big of a carburetor. The flange is too big. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to be in search for one, because I desire to have a Mikuni on there. So all of this seems like it should be very straightforward, kind of simple. And my goal is to get Big Hoss back where I can ride it again. Because honestly, I just love the freedom being on it. It's not like riding my vintage Hondas, but it's still a cool little bike. So without further ado, honestly, the first step is I need to strip that down. I need to get that old 8-horse off of there. Now, that's a trophy motor to me. So I'm going to be putting it up here in my shop and just kind of having it on display. Where things is going to get a little tricky is Ithwit's doing some work right now, and he's going to need this lift. So I may be having to yank Big Hoss off of here, and I may not. I honestly feel like having that 5-horse on there, putting a brand new Pulse-Jet carburetor on there, having that Raptor throttle linkage and the torque converter, it's going to be very much to up to par with this right here. So without further ado, guys, let's just get into it. We're going to take this apart. Now, when I put this on here, I just put it on with 3 bolts, and it's very tight in there because this motor was entirely way bigger physically than the 5-horse. So 1, 2, and then that corner. But before I do that, I need to take the kill switch off of there, because I'm going to want this harness for that. When I get this done and the motor removed, I will bring y'all back. Man, let's just look at that carnage one more time, guys. Ooh, to the wee. All right, out she goes. Well, I got that motor pulled off, and I pulled the old pulsar jet. I'm kind of looking at this flange here, and the spacing is, I don't know, guys. Off camera, I'm taking this off, and I'm going to compare it to the flange size. Just see if it'll work. But actually, I think there's a Tecumseh intake that will fit these, and it'll swing the carburetor out. So off camera, I'm finna do a little shenanigans, a little investigation. If that's the case, and I can use this Mikuni by either adapting that flange or trying to locate that Tecumseh one, if this proves to be true, then I will be having to remove the can. And that creates a problem, doesn't it, guys? Or does it? That may be a solution. I don't know. I need to look into this, guys. All right, YouTube fam. Where did we leave off? Oh, yeah. We left off on the notion of, would this fit? The answer is no. And yes. No, because this manifold will not fit. But yes, there is a Tecumseh intake. I want to say it's part number 37466, but please don't quote me on that. I will verify that at another time. And what it does is it will bolt onto here, it will drop down and then swoop that way. So the carburetor will be facing this way on the motor. And I should be able to bolt that up. That's the plan, at least at this time. I found one on eBay for $5. So when it gets here, it gets here. In the meantime, in preparation for that, I'm going to take the tank and the carburetor off, and I'm going to leave it as one, because I actually have another one of these bad boys that the tank is bad and it has no carburetor. This one, however, is not an IC. That's why I'm not using it. Which reminds me, I have a couple of motors I need to get over here on my motor rack, but not today. I do keep all my spare motors and maybe motors that need to be worked on back here. Got two of them in the shop that need to make their way back here. So the goal is to move forward in preparation of that. Remove the tank carburetor, this vent hose, and we're going to move forward with mounting the motor on Big Hoss and going with the chain to the wheel and getting this torque converter set up. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. I'm fixing to have to take Big Hoss off of the lift. Ithwit's working on a project and he kind of needs that lift. So anyway, off camera, this is what I'm going to do. I'm pretty sure when I bring y'all back, I'll have this motor mounted on Big Hoss, and we'll be lining the chain up, getting the torque converter set up. I've got to go find the part here. I have it. It's a 3/4 to 1 inch shaft bushing, and that's going to allow me to put the torque converter on there. That's the plan. Now let's get forward with it, and that'll be nice. I'll be able to use this Mikuni style carburetor on it. It'll have a crisp response versus this Pulsar jet. And then I will be able to hopefully mount that other false tank on here, put that little tank inside there, run a hose down to it, gravity feed. That's the plan. Here's hoping plans don't change. Let's get it. A little quick update on where I am right now. I've got the chain looking really good, guys. That's honestly better than it was with the other motor. I had to drill that hole out, and then drill that one out. Got the motor in here. Got it about kind of where I wanted it. I do want to have plenty of room for my feet here. Got this mocked up. As y'all seen the way it was sitting. You got this little small tank here, this drain. Fit that up in there. You know, up like that. Come out the one of these little holes here. Fish it over to that carburetor. Put a shutoff valve on it. I believe that'll work pretty good. Let's see. I need to pull the cover here and get the kill wires connected up, so that part will be ready. Does look a little stripped down, you know, with just the block. I kind of dig it. It's not as big as that 8 horse, but this is the motor I had on here with the clutch. Got a little tension on the chain there, so interesting to see how this is going to go here. I think what I'm fixing to do is pull this cover off and get that on. Then I need to drill one more hole in here so that there'll be 2 bolts holding this on. This will probably get shot with some black just so it'll kind of blend in. And then we'll go from there. So I decided it was much needed time to start putting some tools up. Y'all can see I got a few more sockets left, but some of this on my bench is part of Ithwit's project, which is fixing to take Big Hoss off of this lift. The reason being is I have got that Tecumseh intake ordered, and it's going to take 4 or 5 days for it to come in. And what it does is it comes out and then swings over. Actually, it drops down and swings over, and that'll allow me to mount that Mikuni carburetor right here. So being that it's going to be 4 or 5 days before it comes in, and Ithwit is working on something on his channel and wanted to know if he could use the lift, I'm like, yeah, sure, we'll move Big Hoss. I know that y'all see this right here. So what I did is I've kind of just used some galvanized pipe. I had a slip joint. This is actually what I was using on that 8 horse, this coupling. It threads into there. Then there's a brass bushing that squeezes around the pipe into there. I have this on here, but this is a lot of weight, so this may be frowned upon, but this is what I came up with. And I drilled a hole through here and through the frame, and it holds that very secure. Weight is not on this no more. Get the exhaust kind of away from all of that. So going to be interesting to see how that sounds. I still haven't moved forward with this right here because I'm kind of eyeing other gas tank situations. More than certain this is the direction I'm going to go, but we're just kind of waiting. So what we're fixing to do is I'm going to go ahead and get this off of here and get this ready. In the meantime, I'm going to jump back working on this bad boy right here. I had some parts come in. We'll talk about that in that video, not this one. Really just wanted to bring y'all up to speed on this. More than likely, in an upcoming video on this, if this proves to be a success, we're going to change the forks out. I need to order bearings though for the front and rear wheels because those bearings were kind of shot, and we'll change the wheels out and we'll change the forks out. But that will be another video. I kind of dig this exhaust. I mean, I kept it straight. Kind of put a little bend in the pipe there. Like I said, this is pretty solid, guys. So bring y'all back on this when the Tecumseh intake comes in. Well, guys, got a little surprise in the mail today. If everything goes like we're planning and like we're hoping, we're gonna be able to keep that Mikuni on here. Let's check it out. All right, guys, what we got here is a Tecumseh intake. So this should bolt up to the motor, to the engine there, and this should allow me to bolt the Mikuni carburetor to it. I do think we're going to have to wallow these out a little bit. Let's see if that carburetor bolts up to here. Real close, guys, but no cigar. But that's okay. I bought this expecting to have to kind of make those holes a little bigger. But I want to verify this will bolt up to the engine, and then from there we're going to move forward with it. So let me pull Big Hoss on out a little bit. I had to make some room because Ithwit's working on a project. Let me pull Big Hoss out, and we're going to take this thing and bolt it to the engine. If that's a go, we're going to make these holes bigger, and we're going to get that Mikuni carburetor up on here. Let's get it. Guys, this is a go. This is a go. I repeat, this is a go. I may need to go longer bolts, but that's very small. That's what we're going to have. Nice, guys, nice. All right, so I'm going to get to making these holes bigger so that it'll match this flange better. I need to go in my parts bin and find a gasket to go here. And I would really like for some longer bolts. Let me show y'all why I want some longer bolts. By the time I get a gasket on there, I'm not really going to have much into the block. So we are a go. I'm going to get all of this completed like I just stated, and when it's on the machine, I will bring y'all back. Yeah. I'm guessing now we need to address the fuel situation, which I'm still leaning on doing this as a temporary deal and running a hose down to it. One thing's good about it is I won't need that vacuum pump like I did with the 8-horse, because it is gravity fed. So I should be able to drop a line out that hole, bring it on over to, there it is right there. Man, that's looking mean. That's looking mean. This motor always revved more crisp and smoother than the 8-horse, but I put the 8-horse on there because let's just face it, it was huge and it was 8-horse. And I loved it. I loved that 8-horse. But I really feel like this torque converter and this Mikuni with the open exhaust is going to make this 5-horse come alive. And it's going to feel very close, if not better, than that 8-horse, because this one didn't smoke at all. I need to address this little vent right here. Not real sure what I'm going to do with that just yet. That was where you had a vent going up to the Pulsajet carburetor. Probably needs to be plugged off, but not real sure what I'm going to do with that. Maybe I'll try to find a little filter to fit up in there. I bet a fuel filter would fit nice up in there and just kind of melt the other end where the hose would go. I bet that would work right there. I'm not sure. Anyway, I need to figure out the fuel situation. Once I get a fuel line run, then we can get her outside and start it up, see how it's going to run. Yeah, let's do that. Well, guys, you just ain't going to believe it, but you probably will believe it. I got this gas tank installed Y'all can see I had the hose, filter, shut off valve, had it all plumbed. Put fuel in it, and lo and behold, this tank is cracked. Right there, y'all see it? Yep. So we're going an alternate route, which means I'll be taking this false tank off, and we'll be installing a new fuel delivery system as soon as it arrives. But overall, I'm extremely pleased with everything. I did reach out to my upholstery guy, just kicking some ideas on the seat, but definitely not this series here. So when the new fuel system comes in, we're going to install it, and then we should be at the point to starting this bad boy up. Man, I can't wait. I'm excited. That actually looks really mean like that, guys. When it comes in, I'll get with y'all. Taking me a little cigar break. Just really enjoying the fruits of my labor. But guys, look what I got right here. You know, most of the time when I present these to you, I've already looked at it. But today y'all are going to get a raw reaction. So let me put my stogie down, and let's get this box opened and see what we got. Alright guys, let's cut on in. Y'all see it? Let's cut on in here. I did have to set y'all down to kind of make this cut, but y'all see, we hadn't opened it yet. Man, I'm anxious to see what's going to happen here. Get on out of here. Alright guys, it's going to take two hands. Y'all remember that one time at Christmas? Yeah, okay. Let's open this one now. Alrighty. Ooh, nice. So far nice. So far nice. Oh man, come on out of there. They got it packed in there good, guys. Here we go. Ooh, what's this? The clamp hardware. Looks like a petcock valve. Let's see what I got. Let's see what I got. Okay. Okay. Oops. No, don't go off. Alright. So I got me a gas tank here. I looked at several of them. I looked at they had that old 2-liter kind that really was like for the motorized bicycles. And this is a 4-liter capacity one, so it's considerably bigger. And another reason why I chose it is because it does have the valley in here like a regular motorcycle tank does. The motorized bicycle ones really don't have this valley in there. So then I can put a petcock on here. Yeah, man, I'm anxious to get this on there. And then we'll just drop the line through a fuel filter straight to the carburetor. Sweet. Let's get this cap on here and see what it looks like. Not bad. It's got a little gasket on it. Looks like some locking rings. Not bad, guys. Not bad. I would really like for that to be low profile, but you know what? For 30 bucks, I'm not arguing, guys. This is going to get us on the road. Well, next time y'all see it, guys, it's going to be on Big Hoss. Let's get it. Guys, the little boats that they supplied with this was definitely not long enough. So I did a little improvisation with some boats that I had here. I don't feel like going to town to get some new ones. So for the sake of trying to get this video out, I improvised right here. I do need to get 4 boats, one for here, and I don't have none up here. Have the fuel line in. I have tested the petcock valve because some of the reviews said it didn't work. So before I hooked it up, I made sure it was going to work. We're going to have a good slope of gravity right here, and the line does slightly come up, but I'm hoping that this push of gravity will supply this. If not, listen, we know what to do. We'll come off of this right here, we'll pull a vacuum and hook a one of the vacuum pumps on. Guys, I'm anxious. I want to start it up, so I'm going to turn this petcock valve on right here. I'm going to let this carburetor acquire some gasolina, and then we're going to try to start it. Now, the OGs of the channel will know what this is. The choke on this carburetor, I always wanted to come down, and it kind of made running pretty junky. So I'm going to take that off, choke it, and we're going to start it. Let's I don't see any leakage. Let's see what's going to happen. Really anxious, so let's see if it's gonna run, and then from there I got to put this cover on here so we can go for a little ride, at least test ride it, make sure everything's gonna work. All right, let's choke. Fingers crossed. Maybe. I hope. Really. Oh, guys, I'm so excited to do this. I forgot one major thing. We have got to have the spark plug connected. Let's go. Uh-oh. We're running into an issue. I will bring y'all back. Interesting. Okay, guys, this was entirely my fault. Very unnecessary mistake on my fault. I remember this motor now. I got this motor in pieces, and we pieced this motor together from an old generator, the heads and valves and stuff. You know, she's got a sniffing problem, guys. She loves just a sip of this. Now, once it's warm, it usually starts up good. But hey, check this out, guys. So, I will be having to probably mount me a bottle on there, but that's all right. Let's give it the choke. That kind of sounds sweet. Guys, I'm going to get this cover on here. We're going to get it out in the yard and we're going to ride it around. Groovy, man. Groovy. Hey, I want to discuss something with y'all real quick. I don't think I have. Now, on this torque converter, y'all remember I had to do the shaft adapter. So, the way this has a keyway all the way in it. The shaft adapter came with a keyway, so I had to cut the keyway to fit this right here, and then file it down so it would travel through here, and then cut it so that this would fit. So definitely had to do some modifications. It's nothing I'm really afraid of doing. If you want to move forward in life, sometimes you got to modify some things. Let's get this cover on here. Let's get it in the yard, and let's bring Big Hoss back to life, guys. What do you say? Let's get it. Guys, let's have a little sweet redemption going on here.
Let's have a little redemption. And let's have a little fun. Way quicker than the 8-horse. We're gonna get on the road, guys. We're gonna get me going down and coming back. That's awesome right there. Let's get it. Looking sick, guys. Looking sick. When I am permanently done, though, I do want that tank forward about 2 inches. That right there did not bother me like I thought it would. It helped me bend the leg. Sick, man, sick. I want to gauge how fast it'll go. Seat of the pants. See how I feel against that 8-horse. So let's run down the road and back. That's what I'm talking about. This is faster than the 8-horse. Groovy, go. Let's recap. Got a width on it. He wanted to give it a roll. Man, that sounds good. I told him it's got brakes, but they ain't the best. They're Baja Warrior brakes, guys. Baja Warrior brakes. Sounds good so far. I can hear him all the way up here. All right. I think he's coming, guys. I think he's coming. Yep, there he is. Not bad for a little mini bike. 5-horse, torque converter, straight exhaust, and a Mikuni. Man, we got a redemption story on our hands. Yeah. Looking like he wants to go a little further down, guys. Nice, guys. It's running good. She's doing right. Wicked. Pretty sick auction haul I pulled today. Got this pretty cool laser level. I won this bad boy for 20 bucks. Alright guys, let's do just a real quick recap. We removed the throne rod 8-horse that was on here. We've got a new 5-horse on here. We put a Tecumseh intake to Adapte Mikuni carburetor. We've added a motorcycle style fuel tank, which definitely needs to come up. We installed a torque converter, a 40 series torque converter on here. Had to use a 3/4 to 1 inch shaft adapter. Had to do some modifying to get it there. We made up a straight pipe exhaust. She's threaded in and clamped right here, so it's not going nowhere. We're utilizing the chain tensioner, which it appears it's not even being used. That's cool to me right there. And together, guys, we made one kick-ass machine. I'm in love with this, but I think there's just one more thing that has to happen for this bad boy to get the stamp of approval. I think y'all already know what time it is. Will she do it? Let's get it. Groovy, guys, groovy. And just like the 8-horse, she's standing on her own. Dug her butt, standing on her own. We got another monster on our hands. Let's get her to the shop and let's do a little recap. Check that out, guys. And y'all thought we was playing. That's today. Big house. I ain't ever seen rubber burn inside of mud, yo. What y'all think? Well, that bad girl back there got some parts coming in. What y'all think? I think she's pretty cool, man. I think she's living up to what Big House is all about. Retro, ratty, and wicked. Guys, I want to close this one out today. I'm going to call it a wraps. Hey, I want to thank each and every one of y'all that's hung out with me in the shop the past couple of days as we've created a redemption story for Big House. Guys, I hope that your projects are going well. I hope that they're fruitful, and I hope that they're going your way. Find something that you like to do. Do it today, and tomorrow, do it better, guys. Remember, guys, that the grind never ends. Do me a favor, guys. Give me a thumbs up, comment, share, subscribe. I'd love to have you here at Smitty's Nation. Give me a thumbs down. Probably deserve it, man. It's all good. It's all love, guys. From David here at Smitty's Garage, I hope that y'all have a blessed day. And I just want to thank y'all each again, personally. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule. Peace. And I'm out. Let's give it up for Big House one more time, guys. Y'all see how I need to fix that tank?